Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Stoneshard, shall we? Resuming this 2022 Complete Beginner's Guide, and here we go. So, we have rested, it's daytime, it is time for us to head out and continue making money and completing what quests we can so that we can get level 2 and take the contract more comfortably. Now let's go ahead and fill up our water skin and then sell some of these items to our good buddy. Alright, so he will give us 10 for these and nothing for these. So remember, sell him the cleavers, just like that. And sell the carpenter the flails. And we'll be closer to a little bit of cash. Now we've built up this character like that by repairing our armor, but we still need a belt, you know, some gloves, a better piece of equipment for our head. So that's on the table. Now, a bear pelt is outside the scope of our abilities for now, and I don't even recommend you try it. Like, if you saw a bear, attempting to engage it would most likely result in your character dying. Do I have enough food to just venture out like this? I have some. But I think before I go formally out into the beyond, I'm going to go ahead and buy some bread. I'll feel better. Hello, what are you selling? Give me some bread. It's pretty cheap. What else you got? Roasty meat. And then these are great, but they're quite expensive. So we'll just buy that. And that should be good enough, hunger-wise. We're already hungry, actually. So it's time for me to eat the chicken. It's going to spoil in one day, so we'll eat it. And let's go. We're loaded up with our crossbow. We're ready to go west. And I'm going to kind of go up the road a bit and just see what I can find. Probably take down some more human targets along the way. And that's just okay. There's some agrimony right there. Fleawort. And there's a peasant's scythe, I guess. If I wanted to just, you know, take this and sell it, but it's all busted up, so I'm not even going to carry it. I appreciate the sentiment. Hello, dog. It's a dog. It would probably wreck us if we tried to attack it. And I was actually trying to pet it. I'd never attack a dog that was just chilling. I love doggos. My goodness. Here comes the lightning. It's actually something we have to be a little bit wary of in metal armor. So let's stick to the trees. And we'll just kind of venture up here, having a great time. Okay, yeah, this is good. Let's go this way. Just see where the road takes us. There's some flea wart. Don't say we didn't find anything. I wish I'd brought my umbrella and my Wellingtons. Now look at me. Alright. And there's a point of interest over here on the map. And I'm going to go this way, following the road. And see what that is. So sometimes you'll see this where there's like a question mark and something is on the map that you want to go investigate. Now it looks like a wagon has been ambushed. There's a horse skeleton among other things. So it's time to be very careful. Oh god, it was a wagon full of dead bodies. Okay. Well, we can pick up this gold tooth. It's one of the more disgusting things in the game to find a gold tooth of a dead person, but it does sell well, rather well. So that's good for us in terms of making money. The bones don't sell well. It's also interesting to consider, you know, I don't know what time period this game is set at, and they have magic, so like normal rules don't really apply, but there was dentistry that was giving people gold teeth in this time? Interesting. Now you'll see on the map, there is something down here. It's filled in something, and this is one of the reasons why just walking around and exploring can actually be a nice idea. You fill in your map, and I like to just follow the road because most landmarks occur on the road unless someone in town tells you about a place to go. And we have found the Commodore's tomb. But here's what you want to do. So you'll see that there's a bit of flavor about the tomb. During its pinnacle, the Triple Hand Order built numerous crypts across the entire Aldor to help the souls of the departed join with the host. But what I want you to pay attention to is in the upper right corner of this tooltip, there are 3 red skulls, meaning this is very difficult. The game creates a scaling difficulty based on your character level, and maybe some other things, but I think it might just be level. And I would do something that was 1 or 2 skulls, but not 3. So this is telling me this is too hard. It is time to bail. Not that everything on that whole screen probably is too hard, but if I were to try to go into the dungeon, it would be too hard for me at this level. So I would, unless you're playing on non-permadeath mode and you don't care, avoid going into places that rate 3 or higher, 3 or 4, because it's just too difficult, not worth it. I'm just going to go up here, and I guess we'll go just back this way, follow the road the other direction, see if there's anything we can find. I also like going on the road just because there's usually people chilling that we can fight. All right. Okay. And we'll just kind of go this way along the road and see what happens when we swing out further. I'm going to go and follow the road as it curls up to the north. Alright, and you can see that it goes up to the north here. We've already been there because we marked the grave. And as it becomes closer to night, the likelihood of dangerous folk on the road increases. We actually want to help keep the peace around here. So I'm just going to wander up just pushing Alt every once in a while, highlight all the stuff, see if there's anything tremendous. And then now also you want to check your map, look around. You see we've pushed up the area that's filled in, and look for landmarks, look for points of interest or something that's clearly drawn on the map. They'll give you a sense that there's something to discover. And look, we see something over here, and there's also a point of interest here. So let's kind of go up a bit and see what that might be. But I'm being very careful, or trying to be anyway. I'm moving along the road, keeping my eyes peeled for all kinds of anything, and we didn't find anything. Curious. It must mean that it's actually one more tile up, so let's go further up. And yep, here's another broken wagon, and let's see what's this all about. There's a cart with some supplies. Okay. And, oh, well, look at this. They have a splint, and they have an antidote. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier, which cures poison, which is fantastic, but it's quite expensive, 75 gold pieces, which is why it's really hard to cure poison. I'm going to, at least early in the game when you don't have as much cash or crafting means, look a little bit more, and I want to go over here. But I'm going to do it like this. Now, don't be surprised if your points of interest are different than mine when you play. I'm pretty sure those are randomly generated. I don't want to say that 100% sure, though, because sometimes things in the game change and, you know, over time with different updates, but that's at least the way it seems. But the things that are drawn on the map, like the Commodore's tomb or whatever, those things should be fixed in place. So there's something over here to the west. So I'm just going to take a look at it. What is this? And you can see that we have found the cursed skeet. And this is 3 red skulls as well. So that's a bummer. But what I'm going to do is not go into the cursed skeet. I'm going to kind of just poke around outside and see if there's anything around it before I move along. Okay. Sometimes bandits will kind of camp out nearby a dungeon or ruins, and that would be nice to just find something that we could take out easily. Alright, so here's a corpse. Okay. So you can search the corpse, and there's a magical shield. Okay. And, yep, empty corpse, a gold tooth, and a rope. Alright. Things that can sell. I mean, better than nothing. Bog bean, skull, corpse over here. Okay, candlestick. This is a valuable item. I mean, kind of. And what I'm doing is being very careful to avoid enemies or traps. I'll just go ahead and start searching. But we seem to be okay. The real danger here would be if we go in this doorway. Now, once this becomes easier, it's great to go in there and just explore to our heart's content. But for now, I'm just going to try to take valuable items from these corpses. And by the way, if you want to know what's valuable, when you look at the item, you mouse over it, you'll see the gold value and the crown value in the lower right. Of course, that's valuable. But you'll see right underneath the name sheath of the item, the type is valuable, meaning like this is a sellable piece of loot. Which is why, like, it's a good reminder, like weapons, like I said, They really don't sell that well. But valuable items, on the other hand, are great, and they're easier to carry. So let's go ahead and go up here. And now we're going to have to start dropping some of this flea wart that we've kind of obsessively picked up because we need some inventory space. I'll sort our bag. And we've got another corpse to search up here. Oh! Well, here's a loot. And it does crushing damage. And that's pretty funny. And a horseshoe that we can sell and some crowns. So I'm going to ditch a bunch of this because a loot is something that we can sell quite nicely. We'll take this. We'll take that. And with the crowns, you just drop them right onto your bag, your coin purse. And then we'll shuffle this up. Okay, fantastic. So even though there appear to be no enemies here for us to fight, we did happen to find a bunch of items that we can sell. So now we got to get back to the town. But we got to do that in a way that keeps us alive. So it's getting darker and darker. Let's get out of these woods. And do our best practices to try to stay alive. Yep. I'm just going to kind of stay by the edges. Move down, check the map. If we move down 2 squares, we're good to go. Alright. Fantastic. So I'm going to now curl back to the road. I have a feeling that we will be encountering some bad folk. It's getting cloudy. Okay. Alright, we made it. We are on the road. And so if we just go this way, we'll be closer to home. Okay. Great. And then now straight south should take us into the wheat field, but we could continue. Yeah, let's just keep going. Let's cut through this way. Map this out. Great. Now, of course, I would like to get into fights and get some experience and the like, but the thing is, our inventory is all full. So let's just go sell all this stuff and fight tomorrow with empty bags so we can actually take some of the loot that we get. But also, the nice thing will be we can sell this stuff and go to the tailor and see about some gloves, see about a belt, see about trying to fill in some of the gaps on our inventory. Let me see what this guy... Will this guy buy anything that I'm selling? Yes, he'll buy gold teeth. For how much? 14. Fantastic. So let's just sell him the gold teeth and the rope and the horseshoe. That is tremendous. How much are you going to buy that for? 49? I will sell it to you. Great. We're up to 200 money. Just like that. He won't buy the loot, and that's okay. Maybe the carpenter will. Alright, and we'll go upstairs. And just have a nice snooze. What do I want to put away? I'm going to put away this magic shield. Remember, these items, I'd love to sell it, but they don't sell until you identify them. I'm also going to put this splint away. Splints are great for setting massively injured body parts, but I don't feel that I need it right now. I'm going to keep the antidote, though. And I'll sleep till 10. And I'm ready to go. All right. So let's go see who will buy some of these other goods from us. All right, what will you buy? He'll buy the loot for 2. Not good enough. What about these candlesticks? 5. It's highway robbery. I'm not going to listen to that kind of slander. I risked my neck looting those corpses for those candlesticks. And I'm not going to sell them to you. Alright, so he'll give us 22 for the loot. And 3 even worse for the candlesticks. But that is good enough for me for the loot. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and sell some of these herbs as well. Alright, and I will sell the candlesticks for 5. But before I do that, let's see. What you got, buddy? Oh, will you buy the candlestick? For 3, yeah. Okay. So we want to look at gloves. And headgear. I love this hat because it gives you accuracy. This gives you even more protection, but it's too expensive. These gloves give you a ton of protection, but they're really expensive. This hat's not bad. These shoes destroy our shoes, but they're too expensive. And these gloves are really cheap, and they give you 1 protection. So I think it's a fair deal to just get ourselves a little bit of protection. And a belt, do you have one that's reasonable? Fumble chance down. I mean, that's not awful. Anything else that we might want here? This hat right here gives you protection, and the hat that we have does not. Okay? So I would like this hat to give less of a fumble chance. Alright, so we've just bought ourselves 2 protection. And this is a bag that's nice for holding bolts, but we don't have enough cash for it at the moment. And do I want to buy this waistband for 89? Not really. Not good enough. So I'm just going to close this, and then we'll put on these. Let's check our character, by the way. Just look at ourselves, and you can see that as we look at our stats here for our armor. Let's go down, and survival. We have 100 health and damage resistance. Here we go. 100% damage taken. Our protection is currently 2. Okay. Now, the game is a little strange with how it figures this out, but it is an overall score of how much you will absorb in each area. So, like, our torso is really well protected, but our head is not at all, and our hands are not at all. So we're going to change that by doing that. And do I want to do anything else? Not at the moment. I'm happy with that. Okay. Now, one thing I might do is talk to the carpenter about some bodkin bolts. Now, these bodkin bolts, like I said before, they're fantastic. Oh, they're actually a little bit too expensive. Okay, well then, you keep your money. This crossbow is good, but too expensive. We become thirsty, so let's just drink. And we'll use our money for food. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back and talk to the blacksmith about this. And I am going to sell these candlesticks. How much are you going to give me for this hat? Not very much. Okay. So we have some food. Let's go ahead and fill up our water. Good. Good. And we need to buy... Let's get some more food somewhere. Their food is so bad. I wish your food was slightly better. Okay. It's fine. How hungry am I? 29. Alright, so we can eat the bread. Actually, wait, how long is this good for? 2 days. It's rotten already, and then good for 4 days. Alright, eat this, and we'll buy some more, and time to go out and fight. Alright, buddy. I need some bread. Make it quick. Good. You've done your job. Alright. So now we're a little bit better in terms of our overall protection. And we're building up our money reserves again. And let's look at the map. And I'm actually going to... go south and explore. It's all up to you at this point where you want to go. And if you feel like you want to start your contract by now, go ahead, go for it. I'm just playing it nice and cool and slowly building up my equipment, exploring the area, trying to find some money, and hopefully getting second level before I go on to take on some of these contracts. Once you get your sea legs, you feel comfortable with combat, you feel comfortable with your character and the power level, then you're good to go doing the first contract. And it starts to get a little easier to do contracts once you get some under your belt and your character becomes stronger. Now, this is these are dead people that I believe I have killed earlier. And, oh, here's another one. Great. I told you the crows come to eat the bodies. And we'll take all you have, says our friend. Alright, so I'm going to walk this guy back. Hopefully it's just us. Alright, just pushing space, letting him get close enough. And taking some shots. Reloading, shooting. We've missed. I'll reload. I'll switch. And we're going to go ahead and do that. And cleave. And this guy is dead. Okay. And I'm going to rest. I did get hit, but not hard enough to really reduce my health significantly. Going to go here. Got the bolts. And we're going to switch to our crossbow. He's got a buddy somewhere. We got to find him. I mean, maybe not. Maybe he was just part of that initial pod, but they're usually not alone like that. I've become hungry. Okay, then. He was alone. So we have 416 experience. So I'm pretty sure 3 or 4 of these enemies and we will level up. So that's what we're looking for. Just some drifters who've turned to crime that we can expatriate from their experience and whatever treasures they might have. And look, there's a point of interest, so let's check it out. See if there's some money. Or something much more devious. We'll find out. Yeah, and it's over here. So I'm just kind of casually following that road. And what is it? Okay, so this point of interest is like a bandit camp or something. So we're gonna pull this guy up here. And there's 2 of them. And we'll reload. And now I'm going to actually zone. And I'm going to just try to see if only one of them will come, if possible. Now we got 2, which is less than ideal. I'm going to go ahead and change weapons. Now I'm trying to put this guy between the bushes so that his buddy can't also fight us. So I'm going to seize the initiative. And his buddy is going to come around and try to flank us. So our goal is to try to kill this guy before this guy gets here. Alright, so we did that easily. We actually counterattacked. He bled to death. We're 100% good. So now I'm going to walk back a bit and just let my abilities go on cooldown so that I can use them again, because I don't want to just blind fight this guy. Alright, so I'm just going to wait. Wait, seize the initiative, slice, hit, great. And look at us, we are 20 away, so one more enemy and we're there. And you better believe that there's going to be more enemies by that cart. So we're going to rest up, and we're going to pick up this flail, and I'm feeling okay. I'm only 3 health down. So let's check our body. Our hand is a little bit hurt, but not bad. We still have our vigor buff, so I'm going to go ahead and just fight. But let me make sure I actually switch over to my crossbow, reload it, and yep, there's a buddy. And they actually have a cart that they were either robbing or it might be theirs and they're trying to fix it. Yeah, right. But anyway, there's good stuff for us there. Alright, we didn't actually hit this guy, but that's okay. Bam! And we leveled up. Got it. Great! So we are now level 2. Alright, I'm going to pick up these bolts. Pick up this. Pick up these nails. Sure, pick up this peasant flail. And there's some rope. And what's in the cart? Ooh, all manner of good thing. There's a note. Okay. Written by an unknown author. That's ominous. There's a well-made tool, a plane. It's coveted by a carpenter, so maybe our carpenter wants it. This is oil. It sells very well. These nails we can sell to the blacksmith, most probably. And let's just take all of this awesome treasure, move over here, out of danger from that screen anyway, and just kind of go over here so we're far enough away from the edge. And let's take a look at this note. Ormond the tailor, 2 rolls of fabric, 1 roll of leather. J-Bar the smith, 10 iron ingots. Jurg the carpenter, a plane and a saw. Frid the healer, 3 healing salves and a vial of antitoxin. So we got the plane for the carpenter back anyway. And we got a quest. It says, bring the plane back to the carpenter. So how about that? So all we did was just kind of follow the road on each direction out of town. We found some dungeons proper. We also found some question marks that we explored. And most of them were just abandoned carts, which is cool. Got the treasures, fought up, and we leveled up. So let's go to character. And you'll see that we actually have 1 stat point that we get to spend, so we get to raise any of our stats. And I'm going to be pumping up strength. Strength basically gives us 1.5% block chance and 2.5% plus body part damage. And then if we get to a threshold of every 5 points beyond 10, you get 5% weapon damage, 7.5% crit efficiency, and 10% armor damage. So we're going to boost our strength up so that we just do more damage, can block better. So that's tremendous. And then if we push S to open up our abilities, you'll see that we have 1 ability point, so we can learn a new ability. So what do we want to learn? Well, we already learned Cleaving Strike, which is great. And I think, we could learn a survival skill if we want. We already learned Seize the Initiative, which is great. We could learn Opportune Moment. We could learn Setup. We could learn War Cry. Okay. We don't have athletics. And we could go to shields and we could learn raise shield. Okay. So this basically just gives you much better chance to block. We could learn embodiment of resilience to restore energy. We could learn breakthrough. Or we could learn moment of retribution. Now, I'm actually going to learn breakthrough. The reason I'm learning breakthrough is it hits 3 targets, and it's a new ability that will go on a separate cooldown. Now, it's a very long cooldown, but it's great for just giving us one more thing that we can do. It does knock targets back, which is nice because, like, most of the time what happens is you'll hit the target and you'll knock it back, and then they'll want to move back into melee with you, and it basically just makes them skip their attack because they have to come back at you, and then you just avoid getting hit by them altogether. So if you're using a light shield like we are, the cooldown is reduced by 50%, so that means it's actually only an 8-turn cooldown. So I'm going to click this, and we're going to confirm it, and we've learned breakthrough, and we have it right here. Remember, I like to have as many abilities that I can use in combat as possible to give us just more damage to do. Energy is not usually a problem, and it can even stagger your enemies if it doesn't knock them back. So this is just a really, really nice thing to have to add to our repertoire. And now we're level 2, and I feel like we're ready to go and turn this quest back into the Carpenter and then go accept the mission, the mercenary contract, and make some real progress getting our character even stronger. So this is fantastic, everyone. And it's also a terrific place to end the episode. We have a lot to sell. We're going to get a lot of money. And things are moving along great here in Stoneshard. And I'm excited to show you guys the dungeon coming up for the mercenary contract. I hope this has been helpful to you. Please post any questions you have in the comments below, and I'd love to help you out with the game. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care.